It's time to get ready. Time factor's always on. Time factor's always on. Somebody's gotta say it. That's why LH Music and the Time Factor crew are inside your radio set. That's why the real conservative lives here. This is the LH Music Time Factor radio show. Time Factor. All right, we're here along with Pat and Stu and the gang here, and I hate to break this to you because and you know, it's gonna be good. Don't be home. We talk about this. You got a lot of people, Taser, images of the ground.
You got
Did
the
you get
Bureau
the
of
Bureau
Land
of Land
Management
Management
agents and
agents,
FBI agents, so 200 strong, surrounding this guy's land. He claims that this is not even federal land we're talking about, according to Clive Bundy. He'll join us at the top of the next hour. We're talking about state land. The governor is waiting apparently on his side. He needs to get out there. This is going to turn very ugly, very fast. We're not careful with this. This is now become a showdown. This rancher is like, I'm not giving in. Now the government's rounding up this poor guy's cattle. His family's been on this land since the 1800s. This has been a 21-year-old battle last of now. And the only question I have, why are they precipitating this confrontation? That by all signs at this moment appears that we may have another Branch Davidian Waco compound on our hands. You might have another Ruby Ridge here. Well, what are they thinking in the federal government? None of this makes sense at all. The county commissioner says, Clark County Commissioner Tom Collins, now he's outraged everybody out there because the Utah commissioner said that Utah residents are planning to travel to Nevada to support Clive and Davis. Clive and Bundy. Why? Because they think that they may be next. So all these people going out there, and the county commissioner in Utah said we might send people out there, and the Clark County commissioner in Nevada said you better have funeral plans. Now, those comments were revealed by a Utah commissioner after he spoke with Collins about Utah ranchers wanting to show solidarity, and his colleagues on the county commission complaining about the tactics that are being used by the Bureau of Land Management. Now, a lot of this has to do with, the government started, Bureau of Land Management started saying, oh, you can't graze on the state land, and the federal government has authority because why? Sort of like the Delta smelt out in Central California. Remember I went out there?
Everybody went out there.
Fresno, farmers lost their land, their crops, their livelihood because of the 2-inch Delta fish, and they wouldn't release the water. And then the land's dried up because of the drought. They wouldn't give the farmers what they needed to continue growing crops because they needed to protect the Delta smelt. Everything. Well, in this case, it's the desert tortoise. Now, there's a lot of harassment going on here, and it's gone on in the courts. Here's the big question you got to ask yourselves. Why is the federal government at this moment, why are they precipitating this confrontation on land that they don't even care about this as a on the issue of the desert tortoise? A couple of things you need to know about this whole thing. There's a huge story behind the scenes that's going on. Because they're claiming that their effort and their desire here is they're there to protect the endangered desert tortoise. Well, apparently this tortoise is so endangered that they constructed a refuge for the tortoise. The tortoises keep getting out of the refuge because there's so many of them. As a matter of fact, the government, according to one report, is literally euthanizing over 1,000 of the tortoises. So that's what has initiated all of this. So you got a question. Ask yourself this question: what is the federal government trying to get out here? This is round up this poor guy's cattle, because this cattle are grazing on lands that they have raised on for generations. His family since the 1800s. Is it that the government needs the land with grow? Hospital? School? No. Is the government planning to do anything with the land? No. They claimed originally this had to do with the desert tortoise, but the desert tortoise apparently is overrunning the place. Now with the cattle, I checked in with some people that I know that are in this business. I said, would the cattle be a threat in any way to the desert tortoise? They said absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So that's not a real excuse. And then they play, well, he didn't pay his grazing fees. Well, he claims that he paid his grazing fees to Clark County. And that this is state-run land. And why does he have to pay the federal government? Consider what year did the Bureau of Land Management ever come into effect? His family's been on that land all before. So I think he has a pretty solid argument. But, think of the times that we're living in here. So is the government of the United States willing to precipitate a violent confrontation over land that they don't need, they don't want, over an argument that has nothing to do any longer with the original reason they got there, or maybe this is the government's opportunity to show how big, bad, tough they are, and if you dare to take them on, they're going to crush you just like they crushed poor Clive and Bundy before your very eyes and ears.
If only our government was as tough something like that. But I don't like the idea that the federal government has any of this land, let alone 80% of some of these states. We all realize that that's a bad thing, but this is the repercussion of that bad thing to some degree. However, you got to pay your fees, right?
Yes.
What am I missing?
Yes, you do. I'd like to know. 888-727.
I'd like to know.
Also, yesterday there was, a confrontation between BLM authorities and this family and their supporters.
Yeah.
And
Also,
it got a little dicey, got a little excited. Apparently, they tased with the son of the rancher, Ammon Bundy. So there was a confrontation there. And video of the incident shows BLM agents exiting their vehicles near the intersection of Gold Butte Road and State Route 170. A few miles from the Bundy Ranch, the BLM claims they were responding to a BLM truck being struck by a protester during an earlier incident. Protesters claimed the agents were there to punish them for daring. Here's what I don't get.
Oh, God.
As far as the BLM.
Listen.
They were there to punish them for daring to violate a First Amendment area set up by the feds, outside of which free speech is banned. No, that's true. That's unconstitutional.
No,
you've got a free speech area and you can't.
No,
you don't have freedom of speech outside of it.
This is ridiculous.
Says freedom of speech in certain areas that we designate. That's
this is so stupid. How can everybody else know about this?
Near a ranch,
inside a circle
that we will show you in the
show you just a minute, but not anymore, because this is gonna be so stupid at all times. I don't really get it.
Shut up.
I don't really get it.
There's no such thing.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that when if the president's speaking and you have a protester.
Yeah, this is not that.
But here's a protester. Just here's a listen to this.
Right. So I don't think that's an issue.
Yeah, I just don't get it.
I hate situations like this because they tend to spiral out of control, and this has all the earmarks of doing that. If you saw some of the video of the protest yesterday, it was getting ugly.
Yeah.
And again, I understand. Like we went on right before we went on the air. We know the audience is going to beat us up on this. I'm an Easterner, so I can't possibly understand.
Understand this.
And you from the West, but you lived in the East too long or something. Something's happened to you.
I'm trying to understand it because I'm trying to see how rule of law does not apply here.
And just because I hate the income tax. We are a few days away from filing. Because I pay it because it's the law. And I will fight it. I will sit here and blab about it every day. When there's some rally, I will go to it and say I don't want the income tax, but I still pay it because that's the way our society runs. I respect the rule of law even when I don't like the law.
Mm-hmm.
And that doesn't mean that you don't come up with a protest or make a statement. I do like that. I mean, I like someone standing up. But when you're out between $300,000 and $1.1 million in fees, what do you expect is going to happen? And I do believe that the ranchers at this point seem to be calling on this conflict. They seem to want these things to happen.
They seem to be ratcheting it up.
Yeah. That's not to say. By the way, this is not to say that the government might be acting a little bit, over the top here. I mean.
Yeah, they often do.
They often do.
after all,
you have to take that into account when you think about how you're responding to a particular situation.
Sure.
Yeah, sure. Because this is some things I really hate about this one. This is the United States of America today
that you're
living in.
A government
spying on you.
A government
intimidating, harassing,
and trying
and
to silence
those
that will dare to
disagree
with the
with the government.
You got a government that regularly lies to you. Think about this.
Think about this.
It's not a big deal to you because you love your health care. But they did promise all the millions of Americans that lost their health care. If you like your plan, you keep it,
period. Really?
In July of 2010, that wasn't going to happen. Did they tell you the truth?
No, they decided not to tell you the truth consciously.
That becomes one
big lie.
You like your doctor,
Like
you
doctor,
keep
give
it.
you a doctor. You might think it's so smart being promises. President Obama, you're stupid, evil, mind blogging promises.
Benghazi.
You might think it's so smart about Benghazi, do you?
Think of the
lies that you just set up to.
About a spontaneous demonstration.
They were the first 50 minutes of terrorist attack.
We've been lied to about
Everybody been lied to.
Lied to
about spying.
Lied to about
Benghazi.
Now the government has literally
drawn a line in the sand.
Not with the
Muslim Brotherhood.
Give the Muslim Brotherhood
Egypt tanks.
F-16s. 1.5 billion taxpayer dollars.
I mean, this really gives me a headache about this one.
Oh, taking on a rancher.
And everybody taking a rancher.
In
Nevada.
His family has
been there.
Forever.
No.
Grazing
cattle.
Selling the meat that we eat to sustain us. We'll
take them off, huh?
We'll really go
after
the farmers out in Central Valley,
California.
We'll go
after them too.
You know why people are showing up at this guy's ranch? They're showing up at this guy's ranch because they identify with they may be next. 200
agency
taking the
camera
over land that they don't need and don't
want to.
People being
tasered. Confrontation almost inevitable at this point.
You don't think it can happen?
It can happen again? Well, wake up and smell the coffee! Could be into this whole universe of world of life. It could be El Castro or whatever it is. Oh, this is so sickening to me.
You brought up income tax. I don't like that either.
Yeah.
I don't agree with it. I think it's certainly against what our founders set up, but it's now in the Constitution and you have to do it. So change the law. Come up with a constitutional amendment.
Yeah, exactly.
I assume his argument.
Oh, God.
Not to compare the issues exactly, but it's it's a Rosa Parks situation, right? I mean, it was against the law for her to sit there. She got up. She said, "I'm not getting up." She broke the law, knowing she was breaking the law, and in that over time led to change. And maybe that's what he's thinking here. But I don't know. I mean, I understand you have to take a stand, and I do agree that the federal government has way too much control, particularly of the West, particularly of the land out there, and I don't like it. But to me, you go down this road and you have to follow the law, and you try to change it over time.
Yeah.
I do think the country, by the way, is coming that direction. You don't want someone to be a bad example. Usually these cases are taken as you find the right person to make these cases. When you have a case, when you want to go up and take on the system, you have to have that right person, or people will just pick apart their character or the way they've handled things. And I don't know if this is the right example. As we were talking about this in a meeting earlier this week, it might be it's a true general story. These things actually do go on. Ranchers get screwed all the time by the federal government, but this might not be the best example.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and so
we
want to be fair, and I would love to be convinced on this one, really.
When it comes to circumventing the law, ask Erwin Schiff how well that works.
Let's see.
Here's a guy